Hey gamers! Welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving into 10 upcoming games in 2025 and 2026 that are so insane, you'll have to see them to believe it. From legendary franchises making epic returns to brand new surprises that look out of this world, this list is stacked. So, grab your controller, hit that subscribe button, and let's jump right in. Doom: The Dark Ages. Let's kick things off with pure chaos. Doom: The Dark Ages. This isn't the futuristic Doom you know. Instead, ID Software is throwing us into a brutal medieval setting, where the Slayer trades high-tech sci-fi weapons for brutal, knightly gear. Imagine a shotgun that feels like a crossbow, massive melee weapons, and fire-breathing enemies straight out of your darkest nightmares. The game is darker, grittier, and even bloodier, with massive bosses that feel like medieval demons brought to life. And don't worry, the speed and adrenaline of Doom are still here. You'll be dashing, slashing, and ripping apart monsters like never before. This new twist on the franchise could be one of the most refreshing takes on Doom in years, and it's set to shock both veterans and new fans alike. Mafia: The Old Country. Mafia is back, and this time we're heading to Italy itself with Mafia: The Old Country. This prequel takes us back to the roots of organized crime, showing the rise of the Mafia on its home turf. Think cobblestone streets, candlelit hideouts, and the origins of the codes of loyalty and betrayal. It's a completely different vibe from the American set games, more traditional, more raw, and with even deeper storytelling. Expect breathtaking next-gen visuals that make every shadowy alley feel alive, alongside tense shootouts and old-school car chases. But the real hook is the narrative, promising a personal, emotional story about family, betrayal, and ambition. If you love Mafia 2's storytelling, this one is shaping up to be even more cinematic, giving us a Godfather-level video game experience. Death Stranding 2: On the Beach. Hideo Kojima is back at it again with Death Stranding 2: On the Beach. If the first game blew your mind, this one looks like it's going to push things even further. Sam Porter Bridges returns, but this time, the stakes are higher, the world is stranger, and the mysteries are even deeper. Trailers already show bizarre landscapes, surreal creatures, and tons of new mechanics. Expect new traversal tools, vehicles, and even more cinematic cutscenes that blur the line between gaming and Hollywood. Kojima has teased that this game will redefine what a sequel can be, adding fresh layers of gameplay and an even bigger emotional story. Love it or hate it, you can't deny that Kojima always delivers something truly unique. And in 2025, Death Stranding 2 might just be his boldest project yet. Metal Gear Solid Delta: Snake Eater. Talk about nostalgia. Metal Gear Solid Delta: Snake Eater is one of the most anticipated remakes ever. This is a ground-up reimagining of the PS2 classic, bringing the story of Naked Snake to life with cutting-edge graphics and gameplay upgrades. Fans can expect the same legendary story, full of espionage, emotional moments, and unforgettable bosses. But the jungle setting looks more alive than ever, with dense foliage, wildlife, and weather effects making survival more intense. The combat and stealth systems are also being modernized for today's standards, so it feels smooth and fresh while still staying true to the original. This isn't just a remake, it's a way for new generations to experience one of the greatest video game stories ever told, and for veterans to relive it in glorious detail. Resident Evil 9. Next up, we've got Resident Evil 9. Capcom has been on fire with Resident Evil lately, and this one looks like it's going to be the darkest chapter yet. Rumors say it'll feature a massive open-world map, packed with terrifying creatures lurking around every corner. It's supposedly the end of the current storyline, wrapping up years of horror with a massive conclusion. Expect photorealistic graphics, heart-pounding survival gameplay, and a mix of action and fear that will keep you sweating. If Resident Evil Village made you nervous walking through dark hallways, Resident Evil 9 is looking to take that fear and crank it up to 100. This could be the ultimate horror experience for next-gen consoles, and fans are already calling it one of the most ambitious RE games to date. The Midnight Walk. Here's a new one that's flying under the radar, The Midnight Walk. This mysterious indie AAA hybrid is giving off strong Silent Hill vibes, blending psychological horror with deep storytelling. The game revolves around exploring eerie towns, abandoned homes, and surreal dreamscapes where reality twists in terrifying ways. The atmosphere is thick, with haunting sound design and visuals that feel straight out of your worst nightmares. What's intriguing is its focus on psychological choices. Your decisions might literally shape how the world looks and how the story unfolds. It's not about blasting enemies, but about surviving your own mind. If you love horror with brains, The Midnight Walk could be one of 2025's biggest surprises, and a chilling reminder that not all monsters are real, some live inside us. Spine, this is Gun Fu. Action fans, this one's for you. Spine, this is Gun Fu is basically a love letter to movies like John Wick, but in video game form. The game features insanely stylish combat, where gunplay blends with martial arts and seamless slow-motion choreography. Every fight looks like an action movie scene, with walls shattering, enemies flying, and bullets flying in slow-mo. The protagonist is a rogue fighter who takes on high-tech gangs in a neon-soaked city, giving it a slick cyberpunk vibe. But it's not just flashy, the gameplay focuses on precision, reflexes, and fluidity, rewarding skillful combos. If you ever dreamed of being John Wick in a video game, Spine looks like it's about to deliver the closest experience possible. RoboCop, Rogue City, Unfinished Business, DLC. RoboCop is back, and this time with new unfinished business. The Rogue City DLC is set to expand on the story of Alex Murphy, throwing players into fresh missions filled with crime, corruption, and classic RoboCop justice. Expect more gritty gunfights in Detroit's neon-lit streets, but also new villains, weapons, and side stories. The base game already nailed that 80s action movie feel, and the DLC looks like it's doubling down on it. For fans of RoboCop, this is the perfect excuse to jump back into the helmet and clean up the city once again. It's not just more of the same, the developers are promising deeper mechanics, new areas, and even more brutal takedowns. If you love Rogue City, this DLC is shaping up to be a must-play. ArcheAge Chronicles. MMO fans, here's something massive, ArcheAge Chronicles. This is the next chapter in the legendary MMO series, aiming to redefine what an online RPG can be. Expect an enormous open world filled with castles, dungeons, oceans, and massive PvP battles. The graphics are a huge step up, with stunning fantasy landscapes and character models that look next-gen. But the biggest change is how the game handles player freedom. You can build empires, wage wars, trade across the seas, or just explore with friends. It's a living, breathing world that evolves with its community. If you love MMOs with deep lore and endless possibilities, ArcheAge Chronicles might be the ultimate RPG playground launching in the next couple of years.
Prove yourself. If you survive this trial.
Ghost of Yōtei. And finally, Ghost of Yōtei. Inspired by the legacy of Ghost of Tsushima, this new entry isn't a direct sequel, but a spiritual successor set in a different time and place. It's rumored to take place in feudal Japan, but during a colder, harsher period around Mount Yōtei. Expect breathtaking snowy landscapes, samurai combat with brutal precision, and a deep, emotional story about honor, loss, and survival. Like Tsushima, stealth and swordplay are key, but the developers are adding new mechanics tied to weather and survival. The visuals are jaw-dropping, blending cinematic storytelling with next-gen power. If Ghost of Tsushima set the standard, Ghost of Yōtei looks ready to raise the bar even higher and deliver another unforgettable samurai experience.
Thought of killing you.
So, there you have it, 10 amazing games that are going to shock us all in 2025 and 2026. Which one blew your mind the most? Personally, I can't wait for Doom, The Dark Ages and Ghost of Yōtei, but honestly, they all look insane. Don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and join me next time for even more epic gaming content. Until then, keep gaming and stay hyped.